Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight I'm going to walk you through how I make Yorkshire pudding, because it's going to go with this beautiful primered roast that I picked up, and I've got another video for the roast. But first, everyone knows if you want the perfect accompaniment with any roast is Yorkshire pudding. Now, this Yorkshire is perfect. Some people call it a popover. Regardless of what you want to call it, this is a very basic, very simple thing to do, as long as you follow these steps. You need a high heat oil, and I use grapeseed oil. You can use sunflower oil, vegetable oil. I find grapeseed is much better. You take a little bit of oil, drizzle a touch into each of your Yorkshire pans, and I highly recommend you can get a shot of this. You see, I don't put a whole lot of oil in, just a drizzle. Wait, that's too much oil. A little bit more here. Just a drizzle of oil, because this is going to heat up. I've set my oven to 450 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll put my Yorkshire pans in the oven to heat up with the oil, the high heat oil in there. You want high heat because it's not going to combust. It'll take temperatures up to 450. And I highly recommend going to the dollar store and getting yourself a couple of cheap muffin pans. They work beautiful, and you don't worry so much about scraping the Yorkshire out. If it might get stuck, it's all right. An expensive pan you might think twice over. Now, to make the Yorkshires themselves is just 4 basic ingredients. I'm going to use a cup of flour. I'm going to put that in. And I'm going to use 4 eggs. And I always break the eggs over a blunt surface to avoid eggshells in whatever I'm cooking. Yaha. Whenever I cook with eggs, I always keep a sink of water so I can wash my hands. Now, first thing I'm going to do is take the eggs, and I'm going to beat them up a bit by hand with a whisk. Some people will use a blender, right? And you want to avoid that. You just want to mix it up, nicey. Once the eggs are well incorporated into the flour, I will add the milk, a little bit at a time. Okay. Add a little bit more milk. You want to come in at a better angle. Add a little more milk. You basically are making what looks like a pancake mix without the lovely vanilla, etc. The rest of the milk. And this is essentially what you want. Whip it up, you want lump free. And when that's done, what I have done is I've taken some freshly ground black pepper and some sea salt, and I've ground it. I've got about a teaspoon of salt and just under a half teaspoon of black pepper, and I'm going to scatter that in. Make a mess like I usually do. Mix that up. I like a little bit of seasoning. Okay, when all that's done, that's ready to go. what you need is a big jar. You're going to pour the Yorkshire mix into this jar. Get it in there, and this lovely pink Himalayan salt. And the Yorkshires are basically ready. All we're waiting on now is for the pans to heat up. When the oven is ready, I'll carefully remove the pans and I'll pour the batter into the pans and place them back in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. Boom, until they're golden brown and they'll be ready. These are great. Serve them up right away. They're beautiful. You can also freeze them for up to 6 months in the freezer. Keep them airtight. Okay, the pans are ready. The oil is heated up. The oven is heated up. So I'm going to carefully pour the batter into each section with the hot oil. You don't need a lot. You want to make them as even as you can. Believe it or not, these things are very popular with the family. Children love them. Wifey loves it. Grandma loves it. It's almost embarrassing how easy this is to make and how long it took me to get this down right. So once this is done, I'm going to take the pans and I will place them in the middle rack of the oven and let them bake for about 20 minutes at 450 degrees. I'll keep an eye on them. When I see them popping up and getting nice and brown, I'll remove them. I'll add to the ingredients in the description of the video down below if you want to make these yourselves. If you found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Please subscribe, and we'll give you a shot as soon as they're done. Okay? It's been 20 minutes. Approximately. The popovers Yorkshire pudding is done. I'll take them out. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. They are perfect. And just so you can see, they'll lift right out. Except for this one. So, and this is why I said you want to go to the dollar store and get one of the cheap pans. See? Perfect. At least one didn't make a liar out of me. So, they're perfect. They're crispy, they're delicious, and they're creamy in the middle. Creamy, buttery tasting, you know. Great with roast and with gravy. So, like I said, I'll leave the directions, the recipe, in the video description. So if you like this, if this was helpful, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!